signs it isn't love why you are still in this relationship. Now, there is such a common misconception of what healthy love actually looks like and actually feels like. And many clients that work with me through gaining psychological clarity on what the relationship actually is that they are in will say, well, the reason it probably feels so hard to leave is because I'm so in love with them. Or the reason I feel so confused all the time is because I love them. Or the reason it feels so intense is because I love them. And you know, once we start to break it down psychologically and even neurologically sometimes, so many clients will say, okay, I'm actually not in love with them at all, and there is something far bigger at play here why I am still in this relationship. Number one, you spend more time analysing this relationship than actually enjoying it. When most of this relationship is what ifs and how questions, it's a problem. When you spend more time trying to understand what this person does and why they do it and whether they're ever going to change it than just enjoying the person's behaviours, that's also a problem. And analysing becomes addictive. It spikes your adrenaline, and it's something that can become normal very, very, very quickly. You abandon yourself when you are over-analysing a relationship or a person, and your norm just becomes constantly walking on eggshells, not really ever being able to enjoy this person because you never know when it's going to change again, but very much being stuck in a cycle of analysing more than actually enjoying anything. This is a huge sign that you're not madly in love with this person, but there is a dependency now on working it out and almost getting to the end of the rainbow and figuring out the pot of gold, which, by the way, you just don't make it there. Number two, you're confusing emotional highs and intensity with love. Love actually shouldn't feel that high. Of course, love is a high, chemically and emotionally, and as humans, we are designed to love and be loved and attach to other humans and form connection. We're not designed to be solitary beings. But when there are crazy high highs and crazy low lows, this is not love. And when a relationship is consistently quite bad and quite unhealthy, the smallest of highs can feel like an astronomical high. Bare minimum can feel like the best thing ever because everything is pretty crap a lot of the time. So your brain starts to twist and your perception of what a high and what love is starts to change. All of a sudden, average behaviours, just a relatively okay day becomes good because the bar of low is so low. Highs will be the best thing ever, or bare minimum will feel like the best thing ever. But that's only because you're comparing it to a low that you shouldn't actually be feeling and that isn't actually healthy. This isn't love. This is dependency on chemical highs and lows in a relationship and can develop into a trauma bond. Number three, you have attached to the potential and you are riddled with fear. When I say to a client, why are you still in this relationship? And they say, because once upon a time it was this, and so once upon a time it can be that again, we have a problem. That's a brain that isn't living in the present. That's a brain that is relying on hope and potential of a person because the reality and the facts right now are not so great. You don't deserve to be in a relationship where you have to live in potential future to get some happiness and to get some relief. You shouldn't need to hope. The good should be now. Healthy should be now. It shouldn't be that you've got to work for it or hope that you're going to be able to claw back what they once were. That's on them. But oftentimes in relationships, potential feels so warm and fuzzy and lovely that we feel like we're still in love with them. And because we have so much fear around leaving, because our brains are wired for familiarity and not happiness, sadly, that only propels the belief that it must be that you love them, or why would you fear being without them? But is it that you fear being without them? Or is it your brain fearing you stepping out of what has become incredibly familiar for you?